Namaskar. Greetings everyone. I am here with a new topic of novel drug delivery system, microencapsulation, a portion of Unit 2 B Pharm 7th semester of PCI syllabus. Microencapsulation is defined as a process of enclosing or enveloping solids, liquids or even gases within second material with a continuous coating of polymeric materials yielding microscopic particles. Microscopic particles are those particles having 1 micron to several 100 microns in particle size. Microencapsulation technique is usually used to provide the environmental protection to the active ingredients and to modify and delayed release from different pharmaceutical dosage forms. In microencapsulation process, various small discrete solid particles or small liquid droplets and dispersions are surrounded and enclosed by applying a thin coating. The materials enclosed or enveloped within the microcapsules are known as core materials or payload materials or nucleus, and the enclosing materials for the microencapsulation are known as the coating materials or wall materials or cell or membrane. Microparticles, microspheres and microcapsules are the similar terminologies widely used. Microparticles refer to the particles having a diameter range of 1 to 100 micrometer irrespective of the precise exterior and or interior structures. Microspheres are the spherically shaped microparticles within the broad category of microparticles. Microcapsules refer to the microparticles having a core surrounded by the coat or wall materials distinctly different from that of the core or payload or nucleus, which may be solid, liquid or even gas. Microcapsules can be classified into three broad categories: mononuclear microcapsules, polynuclear microcapsules and matrix type microcapsules. Mononuclear microcapsules are consist of the cells around the core. Polynuclear microcapsules contains several core materials which are enclosed within the cell. In case of matrix type microcapsules, various core materials are homogeneously distributed into the cell material. There are several techniques of microencapsulation, and all these techniques of microencapsulation can be classified into two categories like physical method and chemical method. Important techniques under the physical methodology of microencapsulation are air suspension, coacervation phase separation, pan coating, spray drying and spray congealing, multi-orifice centrifugation. In the category of chemical method for microencapsulation, important techniques are solvent evaporation, polymerization, interfacial cross-linking. The air suspension technique for microencapsulation consists of dispersing of solid and particulate core materials in a supporting air stream and the spray coating on the air suspended particles. In this technique, various fine solid core materials are suspended by a vertical current of air. Then the evaporation of the solvent takes place. The encapsulating material is deposited onto the core material to achieve the desired film thickness. The encapsulated product is finally dried by passing the stream of air, and finally microcapsules are formed by the technique of air suspension method. There are several important issues associated with the air suspension technique for microencapsulation. Within the coating chamber, Particulate core materials are suspended on an upward moving air stream. The chamber design and its operating parameters usually influence a recirculating flow of the particles through the coating zone portion of the coating chamber, where a coating material is spread to the moving particles. In this process, during each pass through the coating zone, the core material receives a coat, and the cyclic process is repeated depending on the purpose of microencapsulation. The supporting air stream also serves to dry the product while it is being encapsulated by the air suspension technique. The drying rate in this technique is directly related to the temperature of the supporting air stream used for the microencapsulation. In coacervation phase separation method, three important steps are there. First step is formation of three immiscible phases, namely a liquid manufacturing phase, a core material phase, and a coating material phase. Second step consists of the deposition of the liquid polymer coating on the core material, and the final step is rigidizing the coating, usually by thermal cross-linking or dissolvation technique to form microencapsules. In coacervation phase separation method, the core material phase is dispersed in the solution of coating polymer. Here the solvent of polymer act as vehicle. Then deposition of polymer solution onto the core material takes place. The deposition of liquid polymer occurs when the polymer is absorbed by the core materials, and finally the microcapsules are formed by the technique of coacervation phase separation method for microencapsulation. Various important issues are there which are associated with the coacervation phase separation technique for microencapsulation. In many cases, physical and chemical changes in the coating polymer solutions can be induced so that the phase separation of the polymers may occur. The droplets of concentrated polymer solutions may form and may coalesce to yield a two-phase liquid-liquid system. In coacervation phase separation technique, when the coating material is an immiscible polymer, it may be added directly. Also, the monomers can be dissolved in the liquid vehicle phase and subsequently polymerized at the interface. Important equipments necessary for the microencapsulation by coacervation phase separation method are jacketed tanks with variable speed agitators. Pan coating method is another one important technique for microencapsulation, where solid particles are mixed with a dry coating material in a coating pan. Then temperature of the system is raised. Then coating material melts and encloses the core particles. Then it is solidified by cooling. Finally, microcapsules are formed by the pan coating method for the microencapsulation. In pan coating method, various spherical core particles such as non-parallel sugar seeds are being coated with a variety of polymers. The coating is applied as a solution or as an atomized spray to the desired solid core material in the coating pan. Generally, warm air is passed over the coated material as the coatings are being applied in the coating pans to remove the coating solvent. Pan coating technique for microencapsulation is widely used for the relatively large particles greater than 600 micron. This technique is also used for the preparation of many controlled release particulates. Spray drying and spray congealing methods are almost similar methods. These two methods are almost similar in that both the methods entail the dispersion of the core materials in a liquefied coating agent and spraying or introducing the core coating mixture into some environmental condition whereby relatively rapid solidification of the coating is influenced. In case of spray drying method, the coating solidification is influenced by the quick evaporation of a solvent in which the coating material is dissolved. In contrast, the spray congealing method, the coating solidification is influenced by the thermal congealing of molten coating material or solidifying a dissolved coating by introducing the coating core material mixture into a non-solvent. Spray drying technique is another technique in the physical method category for microencapsulation, where core particles are dispersed in a polymer solution. Then these are sprayed into a hot chamber. Cell materials are solidified onto the core materials in this chamber, and then solvent evaporation takes place. As a result, microcapsules are formed by this spray drying technique for microencapsulation. Multi-orifice centrifugation method for microencapsulation utilizes the centrifugal force to hurl a core particle through an enveloping membrane. Various factors associated with the multi-orifice centrifugation method for microencapsulation are rotational speed of the cylinder, flow rate of the core and coating materials, and concentration, viscosity, and surface tension of the core materials. This technique is capable for microencapsulating liquids and solids of different size range with different coating materials. Solvent evaporation technique is mainly used for the liquid manufacturing vehicles by agitation up to immiscible liquids. This technique involves the dissolving of the coating polymer in a volatile solvent which is immiscible with the liquid vehicle phase. In this process, a core material to be microencapsulated is dissolved or dispersed in the coating polymer solution. The core coating material mixture is dispersed in the liquid manufacturing vehicle phase with the application of agitation to obtain the appropriate sized microcapsules. Agitation needs to be continued in this process until the solvent partitions into the aqueous phase and is removed by the evaporation for hardening of microcapsules. Various process variables recognized in the technique of solvent evaporation for microencapsulation are the rate of solvent evaporation for the coating polymers, temperature cycles, and agitation rates influence the methods of forming dispersion. The choice of vehicle phase and solvent for the polymer coating and solvent recovery systems. Solvent evaporation technique is widely used for the microencapsulation of various liquid and solid core materials. In this process, the core materials may be either water soluble or water insoluble materials. A variety of film forming polymers can be used as coating in the solvent evaporation technique for microencapsulation. Polymerization is another technique in the category of chemical method for microencapsulation, where in situ coatings are applied onto the core material. In this case, the polymerization is widely used to form protective microencapsulation coating onto the core materials. Polymerization technique involves the reaction of monomeric units positioned at the interface existing in between a core material and a continuous phase wherein the core material is dispersed. The continuous or core material supporting phase is usually a liquid or gas, and therefore the polymerization reaction occurs at the interfaces of liquid-liquid, liquid-gas, solid-liquid or solid gas. In interfacial cross-linking method for microencapsulation, The small bifunctional monomer containing active hydrogen atoms is replaced by a bioresourced polymer like protein. When the reaction is performed at the interface of an emulsion, the acid chloride reacts with the various functional groups of the protein, leading to the formation of a membrane. This interfacial cross-linking method for microencapsulation is widely used in various pharmaceutical and cosmetic applications and recognized as versatile microencapsulation method. There are several advantages of microencapsulation, like microencapsulation provides the environmental protection to the encapsulated active agents or core materials. Various liquids and gases can be changed into the solid particles in the form of microcapsules. Surface as well as colloidal characteristics of various active agents can be changed by the microencapsulation technique. Microencapsulation techniques are capable to produce the delayed drug releasing from different pharmaceutical dosage forms. It is widely used to formulate many sustained controlled release dosage forms by modifying or delaying the release of the encapsulated active agents or core materials. Important disadvantages of microencapsulation are microencapsulation techniques are expensive techniques in most cases. Microencapsulation causes the reduction in shelf life of various hygroscopic agents. Microencapsulation coating may not be uniform in most of the cases, and this ununiform coating can influence the release of encapsulated material and can hamper the controlled drug releasing capability of microcapsules. Important applications enlisted by the microencapsulation are liquids and gases can be changed into the solid particles in forms of microcapsules. Microencapsulation is used to formulate various sustained controlled release dosage forms by modifying or delaying the release of encapsulated active agents or core materials. Microencapsulation is employed to formulate many enteric coated dosage forms so that the drugs can be selectively absorbed in the intestine rather than the stomach region. Various gastric irritant drugs are being microencapsulated to reduce the chances of gastric irritation. Various beta tested drug candidates can be masked by the microencapsulation. Microencapsulation is used to decrease the volatility of various volatile materials. A microencapsulated volatile substance can be stored for a longer time without any substantial evaporation cases. Microencapsulation usually provides the environmental protection to the encapsulated active agents from various environmental issues like light, heat, humidity, oxidation, etc. The hygroscopic characteristics of many core materials can be reduced by microencapsulation. The separations of incompatible substances can be achieved by microencapsulation technique. For example, pharmaceutical eutectics can be separated by microencapsulation. More specifically, the stability enhancement of various incompatible mixtures can be accomplished by microencapsulating of both of them before mixing, as for example, aspirin chloramphenicol maleate mixture. Microencapsulation is used to lessen the potential danger of many toxic substances and their handling. The toxicity owing to the handling of various herbicides, insecticides, pesticides and fumigants etc. can be usefully lessened by the microencapsulation. Thank you.